And we're going to start off with Iolo Williams answering questions about corvids. Take it away, Iolo.
Yes, indeed. Corvids are the crow family, and I bet a lot of you at home thinking, I was going to talk about crows, is he? Let me tell you this, crows are cool. And here at Anne, we've been seeing crows virtually everywhere. Now, they're much maligned, much misunderstood, but they're very intelligent. They're omnivores, they're opportunists. Look at this one pecking at the ice, finding food there. Some of them are very gregarious. You see huge flocks of jackdaws and rooks flying over, and some of them actually quite beautiful as well. In the olden days, part of the Viking folklore, there were portents of doom or portents of good luck, and for magpies, well, it's four for joy. Of course it is. Now, I was counting, I've seen 6 different members of the crow family here at Anne, but in all, we have 8. Let me introduce you to all of them here. Now, some of them are easily recognisable. You've got the magpie from a distance, of course. It looks black and white, but close up, you've got this beautiful iridescent blue and green on the wing and on the long tail feathers. Perhaps the most beautiful of all of them, a woodland species, the jay here. And what I love about the jay are these wonderful vivid blue and black markings on the wing, and the Welsh name gives its habitat away, Screch y Coed, the woodland screecher. Now, chough, many of you might never have seen a chough because it's very much a western species. Cornwall, Wales, the Isle of Man Islands, some of the Scottish islands as well, but it's got a fairly slim, long, sleek body with a red bill and red legs. And the others, well, the others are actually quite difficult to tell apart, some of them. And this is where your questions come in. We've had Amit Pritam and Jake Naylor on social media asking us, how do you tell the difference between a carrion crow, a raven and a rook? Well, come over here with me, and with the help of the Bournemouth Natural Science Society, their taxidermy specimens, I will do just that. Let's start first of all with the raven. Now, this is the raven. The raven is the biggest crow in the world. It's about the size of a buzzard. And note the huge bill. No other crow has a bill quite as big as that. It has over 30 different calls, but if it flies over or if it lands, it usually croaks, cronk, cronk, cronk. And in the air, you look at the tail. It's got that very distinctive wedge-shaped tail. You can see huge bird as it flies overhead often as well. It's got such powerful wing beats. You can hear the of the wings as it goes overhead. Now then, let's have a look at these two. These two are the more difficult ones, the carrion crow and the rook. And I'm only going to deal with mature adult birds because the juveniles can be tricky. This is the carrion crow. Note the black feathers coming all the way down about 1/3 of the way along the beak, and it's quite a chunky dark beak. The rook, look at the face of the rook. See, no feathers here, just pale skin and a long, fairly narrow beak. So those are the distinguishing features of those two. We've had another question as well, a very interesting one. This is from Andy Barber. And Andy asks, why are hooded crows only found in Scotland and carrion crows in England and in Wales? Well, first of all, let's have a look at the hooded crow. This is the crow with a grey body, black on the head, a black breast and black on the wings there. And for a long time, we believed that these were the same species, different subspecies, but the same species, but they were split into distinct species in 2002. And is Andy right about this distribution? Well, yes, he is actually. Let me show you this. The yellow here is the hooded crow. And you see it comes Shetland, Orkney, all the way down through north and western Scotland and all the way over Ireland. And then the carrion crow is eastern Scotland, north of England and Wales. Now, some Scandinavian birds, hooded crows, come across to the east coast. Some of the Irish birds will find their way over to Wales. Now, in answer to your question, why is that? Why do we have that dividing line? Well, we've asked all the experts, we've asked the BTO, nobody knows. Nobody knows. But we do know two things, is that occasionally they will hybridize, and those hybrid birds have a much lower breeding success than the pure bred birds. And also that a hooded crow always looks for another hooded crow. It looks for a bird that looks and sounds like itself, and the same is true of the carrion crow. And that is called colour assortative mating. But fantastic question, and I love the fact that no one knows the true reason for that divide.